Yes, guys. Yes, people, we are back. Another live stream, another episode of Carefree Northside. Can't believe we managed to find a result that pissed off both of us, bro. It's fucking insane. But big up to everybody that's locked in. Hit the like button, subscribe. Don't forget the Super Chat lottery is still running if you guys want to win a free Chelsea third kit. Hit the Super Chat button. Don't go anywhere after this stream because we're going to be raiding Northside's channel. We're going to be cooking some more gooners on there too, so keep a lookout for that. And yeah, check out Northside's channel. Get him to 5K ASAP. And yo, my guy, what are you telling me, bro? How you been?
I'm still fuming. I'm still fuming with this Bucaria, if I'll be completely honest with you, bro. It was an absolute joke. Absolute joke. And I see these filhos da puta online talking about, oh, it's a good hard-fought point. Really? When Dow, the flipping black Homer Simpson, that filho da puta came out with the match prediction of 3-0. And now you're saying it's a good point in a phase one Chelsea. Come on, man. I'm not hearing none of that. I'm annoyed, bro. This manager, yeah, with his synthetic weave, lift that weave off your head and see if you got any more B-Tech notes from Pep Guardiola so you can actually win us the league. Because this filho da puta has done my head in, bro. It's only positive to call out the crap that I've been seeing. I said it on Rance's channel. Yeah, we have not looked convincing going forward. Oh, no, it was a masterclass against Man City. Masterclass. We were lucky with the deflection. All these filhos da puta that coming out, they've been coming out since the game saying, oh, it was a lucky goal by Mudryk. Was Martinelli's goal against Man City not lucky? It hit the deflection and went to the left post. He was aiming for the far right. But no one screamed out that was lucky. I'm sick and tired of it.
Bro, they went from saying like they were going to batter us. So I'm seeing shit like this on TikTok. This is copium that even when Arsenal at their worst, Chelsea still can't beat us. This is like the fourth time I've heard Arsenal fans say this. I heard this against Lons. I heard this against Spurs in the second half. I heard this against Forest, first game of the season. Now I'm hearing it against Chelsea. I feel like both sides are trying to do a little bit of copium, but it's insane that I feel like Chelsea fans are taking this result worse than Arsenal, and we're the mid-table team. You guys should be infuriated by this game. And I know you are. I'm not putting you in with those Arsenal fans because I already know what are your stances on this. But the 180 I've seen from some Arsenal fans where it's gone like, we're going to walk into Stamford Bridge, our second home. We're going to take 3 points comfortably to they still couldn't beat us. It's insane copium, bro.
Nah, it's all right. We got the best looking Spaniard in the league because my manager's got a weave on. You know what I'm saying? It's a joke thing, bro. You know what I mean? It's absolute joke. It's okay. Odegaard, yeah, that filho da puta with his stiff movements in the middle of the park, looking like a stiff Nick Carter in the Backstreet Boys, doing nothing. But it's all right because the captain's armband solves him of any accountability. I'm done, bro. Zinchenko, that Ukrainian Stuart Little, bro, doing nothing. What did he do? He got absolutely cooked by Sterling, bro. And the Sterling that in the box reminds me of my old AOL internet connection, bro. Always buffering. But not against Arsenal. Yeah, but all of a sudden, don't worry about it. Ben White dyeing his hair, looking like a B-Tech Neymar. He looked like he's ready to join a K-pop group. What are you doing? Bro? Because Mudryk had you on strings. The Ukrainian Neymar. A lot of these top reds were saying, man, concentrate on your football.
Now they're saying Mudryk was lucky. Brother, I don't get it because when Saka scored the exact same goal to make it 3-0 against us on Boxing Day 2020, he was saying that goal counted. He was saying he meant that goal as well. It's literally the same fish. Nobody cares. Fact is, Raya was out of position. Mendy was out of position that time as well. It's a mistake. It's a fucking mistake. The only annoying thing about this game is we fucking gave it back to you immediately, and it's so annoying.
I completely get your frustration, Lewis, yeah? Because you guys were controlling that game nicely for 75 minutes, bro. You know what I'm saying? You lot were controlling that game, and you should have been at least 4-5-0 up, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Gusto should have scored. Palmer should have had a brace. There was a chance for Mudryk to score more. There was a chance for Sterling to score more. Do you know what I'm saying? Gallagher had a chance. Bro, most of your team could have scored, bro. There was chances there. You know what I'm saying? And this is
the only bad chance that we really should have buried was the Jackson one, in my opinion.
Or
Like,
the Palmer one, when our goalkeeper passed it straight to him.
Yeah, but he didn't see it coming. So like he kind of just second guessed himself a little bit. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt on that one, just based on his performance. But Jackson, he runs through 1-on-1 and just pauses. I'm just thinking, bro, just dink it. First time, try dink it over the goalkeeper. If that don't work, I'm not gonna beat you up for it. Because you know what? You've made the right decision. He just overthought it a little bit. That's the only chance I was really annoyed about that we didn't bury. Colwill was offside with his 6-yard header, so it don't really mean anything. Palmer had one in the first half that just edged the side of the post. I think, did Enzo or Caicedo put one over the bar? But then again, I'm not really expecting them to bury chances. I know Enzo isn't a finisher. He'll give me a lot of things, but he won't give me a finish. So I wasn't really annoyed about our finishing. And I'm usually the first one to talk about when we waste chances. That wasn't it for me. It weren't the finishing. It weren't the substitution. It was just individual mistakes and the poor mentality to conceding. Because we did not look as confident as soon as that first goal went in. Just saw everything deteriorate. And as soon as the second one went in, started time wasting. Just wanted to see the game out from that point. Big up to Soliman, by the way. I've just seen the 5 memberships. Really appreciate that, my brother. Love for it. He says, Sanchez needs to answer for his crimes. Time for Petrovic. See, I think it's too early to say that. I'm fuming with him for his mistake. And he needs to improve on his distribution. But this is only the first time where it's actually led to a goal. And I don't think it does a lot for him on a confidence perspective if for the first big mistake he makes, he gets benched. So I've had this thought to myself for a while. The more I think about it, you need to give Sanchez the run of games. Let him either build himself back up or dig his own grave, and we work from there. Right now, I think it's too early. We're just angry because of what the mistakes led to. And I get that. But I wouldn't say bench him.
You know what? With your team, yeah, I felt like your midfield absolutely bossed it. You completely nullified not just our attack, but our midfield. I think Gallagher at times was taking on players like, bro, he was going through them like Ghostbusters, bro. The guy was immense, bro. Absolutely immense. I think Enzo played extremely well. Caicedo kept us very quiet, really helped out in nullifying Jesus, that we know is not a prolific goal scorer. I think Sterling and Mudryk gave you that width though as well on the attack. And they were doing excellent jobs against our fullbacks. Bro, we had Martinelli having to help Zinchenko back, bro, because he could not deal with Sterling, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's how well your wingers were playing. And this is why I feel like a little bit goes on to Poch. I completely understand your goalkeeper making howlers. I've been calling out my goalkeeper for making out howlers 3 games now in a row. So I completely get it. That doesn't nullify, doesn't take away blame from Sanchez. But I know your midfield was sourcing, but alongside Gallagher, Palmer, Sterling and Mudryk were playing really well, bro. Really well, to the point where we had to take off Zinchenko to put Tomiyasu, to look a little bit more solid because he wasn't coping with Sterling. I think those changes came a bit too early, Lewis. I feel like he should have made those changes maybe, in the 85th minute, 87th minute. Then you can slow the game down. But I feel like he miscalculated us getting back into the game. And he allowed us to then impose ourselves without them stretching us and without us now looking as vulnerable in the fullback positions, if you get what I mean.
I get it, but it's just, even with those substitutions, I still thought we had a measure of control of that game until Sanchez passes to Rice. That one moment is where the entire game changes. So the substitutes, like if Sanchez don't make that error, we probably win that game 2-0. We don't talk about the substitutions because we won the game. It probably looks like it had a much more positive impact. Now, because we've drawn, it feels more like now we're micro-analyzing every little bit of what's happened in the build-up. And realistically, the substitutions didn't make any difference to us. Like, I get keep Palmer on, keep Sterling on. Maybe it was a case of fitness that they came off. Maybe they looked a little bit more tired towards the end of the game. I don't really know, but I can't look at the substitutions and say that's where the game changed or that's where even partly changed. It comes down to 2 individual errors. Gusto falls asleep for the second goal. Sanchez falls asleep for the first goal. It's not caused by the substitutions. Because I've got in before for those games. Look at Villa, for example. Villa When we went down to 10 men, I remember we took off Mudryk, who was our best attacker, and we brought on Chilwell at wing back. Then we took off Jackson, who was our only striker, and brought on a DM. Then when we went 1-0 down, we decided to bring a striker back on. That, to me, is an example of terrible substitutions and how that it can impact the game. It didn't. Like, I can't have energy for Poch on this one. I really can't. It just comes down to individual errors. But that's Lewis, the most frustrating part.
One thing I will say to that, yeah, when you brought on Madueke and Jackson, offensively, you didn't look as dangerous as you was for the last 75 minutes. The first 75 minutes, you were dangerous with Mudryk on and Sterling on. You didn't look as dangerous. You didn't look like you was going to score anymore. And that is why I give it a little bit onto Poch, because you've taken them off. Cool, you've conceded. That's on Sanchez. But now you're not, the changes you've made hasn't made your attack more potent. Your attack was way more dangerous. There's so many chances we can talk about that you didn't put to bed when you had Sterling on and you had Mudryk on. When you took those players off, you wasn't really creating the chaos in our defense that you was when they were on. Do you get what I'm saying? So yes, you conceded a goal. That's got nothing to do with the subs. But also those subs did not allow you to go and bury the game 3-1 at the same time. Do you get what I'm saying? That's how I look.
Yeah, you know what? You got a point on that one as well. Maybe it's the case that I just think the individual errors are a bigger issue, but on the other hand, it also doesn't take away from what you're saying too. That could also have an impact as well. Because one thing I notice with arguments a lot, like both people always argue different points, but when you deep it, you meet in the middle, you're both correct. So you know what? You have a point. You have a point. I still say Sanchez is the bigger
agree with what you're saying.
We're both on the same page. We're both on the same page.
Yeah.
Substitutions could have been a little bit better, but it just comes down to Sanchez at the end of the day. And I'm not going to rip into him too much because it is just one big mistake, but it's just come at the worst fucking time. And now you lot are unbeaten in 4 at this ground. Now we've dropped more points. And I understand people want to look at positives in the game. To me, the only positives is that I feel a little bit more confident with the games coming up. But really and truly, we seem to have this mentality issue where we cannot last for 90 minutes. We will start well or fall apart. We'll start poorly, then grow into it. It's never a consistent 90-minute game. I think the closest we had to it was Fulham. And even then, we took our foot off the gas in the second half. We didn't play with the same intensity. It's just Fulham are crap. So it didn't really mean anything in the grand scheme of things.
But there's still more positivity. There's still more positivity that Chelsea fans can take from that game than Arsenal fans. First of all, you're not even halfway through your phase 1. Yeah. You haven't been given the amount of money that Arteta has. You haven't been given this manager hasn't been given the same amount of time. He hasn't got all of his players. Do you know what I'm saying? Like with Arteta in his first season, he finished 8th. So any Arsenal fan that's trying to throw shade and everything, they all said, "Oh no, give it time." How long did it take Klopp? So with Arsenal fans, I hate when they move the goalpost. At the end of the day, there is a lot of good performances. You saw from that game that, listen, I already saw that Enzo's a baller. I saw him at my Portuguese club, Benfica. But you can see how Gallagher can play. Yeah, because he completely showed up Odegaard. You've seen that there is a player within Mudryk. There is a player within. We already knew Sterling could be a player, but it looks like he's starting to take
needing a big game, and he turned it. You
see Cole Palmer absolutely sourcing, which you guys have been spoken about. This time I saw a 90-minute game of Cole Palmer. Looks like an absolute baller, bro. Absolute baller. Do you know what I mean? So with a team like you guys that are just rebuilding your side, there's a lot of things that you can take away. On my perspective now, I'm 4 years into this rebuild, and these filhos da puta, this is the best I'm seeing. In a 4-year project, almost closing in £1 billion, this manager's been able to buy whoever he wants, has won the war for Ozil, getting him out, won the war Aubameyang, getting him out, won the war getting Lacazette out, getting all these players out, re-signing Eddie Nketiah, re-signing El Nene, bought in players like Fabi Vieira, etc., etc., and this is the best that I get. I can't accept that because we're not in the same phase. And this is why I get angry. Yep. Arsenal fans throwing shade. I thought every process and every step of the project and phase, you're supposed to improve. We should be light years ahead of Chelsea, just based on they're on phase 1 and we're on phase 4. I'm seeing Saka, He looks like he's on more black market Kim Kardashian booty shots to his ankle than anything else, bro. Like, what is up with that guy? This guy's on injections every game, bro. He wasn't fit. You can, bro, Cucurella absolutely put Saka to sleep. And I like Saka. But bro, this guy must be on injections, bro. He must be, because he's not fit, Lewis. He's not fit. And that, I watch this guy week in, week out, bro. The guy is finished, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
Probably going to start tomorrow too.
He was rubbish. He did nothing, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Then I'm looking at Jesus. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to lay into Jesus. Yeah, I'm sick and tired of this. Oh, he's good on the ball. No, I don't give a crap about that Pucaria. We got rid of Lacazette because ultimately we chose Aubameyang, the striker that actually scores goals, not the striker like Lacazette that's good link-up play and has got a bit of energy. I'm expecting energy. We're sponsored by Prime. It gives you energy. I'm expecting some energy. What's going on here? But Jesus looks like he's reminding me of Alex Teixeira in the Chinese league, bro. It's just he's just playing for vibes, bro. He's playing for vibes.
He was stinky. Your whole attack was, to be fair, but Jesus looked especially bad. At least with Saka and Martinelli, I could put it down to I just thought we defended better. Jesus was just dropping to the ground half the time. He never looked up for it at all. I think like Martinelli not just got done up by Gusto, in all honesty. Cucurella, I thought, would have the better of Saka. He had the better of him last season. It's just because of the end result. No one really talked about it too much. I was happy.
Also, fans were saying that Saliba had Haaland in his pocket. Yeah, Cucurella had Saka in his pocket. But that's uncomfortable conversations because when you're a top red, you can't say nothing. Raya, he looks like he plays with them. You know them plastic, them paper 3D glasses you get in the cinema. Them 3D glasses that makes you see double vision. You can't even see straight. That's how he's playing in goal, bro. With them budget paper 3D glasses, not knowing where to pass the ball. Because you're talking about Sanchez. Bro, Raya has been doing this, bro. He's been making mistakes. Do you know what I'm saying? But he keeps being selected. It's ridiculous.
Here's the thing, because I remember Arteta talking about treating goalkeepers like offside players. I'm not offside, like outfield players, where you could bring them on or take them off, or you could drop them and not give them a run of games. If he wants to stick by that, Ramsdale's got to come back in for the Sevilla game. Because Raya looked like a bag of shit on Saturday, and I just deeply looked as bad in the City match. I'm not too sure about the other games other than that. I know Lons, he cost you one of the goals, but I didn't really watch the full game for that one. But he don't look convincing. He don't look convincing. And it wasn't just the Mudryk mistake. He looked shaky on the ball. We were catching him out, trying to play out the back about 2-3 times in that game. And when you're a goalkeeper, you cannot afford to make those mistakes consistently. The further back you go, the less mistakes you're allowed to make. Because the closer you're getting to your own goal, the goalkeeper is meant to be Mr. Reliable. And I know I'm saying that with the Sanchez error. I completely understand that. Fat mid-off between the goalkeepers on Saturday. But Raya, you guys brought him in for Ramsdale to improve on Ramsdale. As of right now, I don't see any improvement on Ramsdale.
Bro, we bought in Raya. The narrative within this fan base was he's better. His distribution is better than Ramsdale. We've seen that it's not, bro. He cost us against Lons. He almost cost us 3 goals against Man City. Luckily got away with it. And now he's costing us against Chelsea, sorry. So his distribution isn't better. So the question is, why did this manager identify Raya as his number 1 goalkeeper when the thing that he keeps drilling into the goalkeepers is to pass it out from the back, don't hit it long, and keep in possession, when it looks very apparent that Raya's very uncomfortable doing that. He naturally wants to clear it, but this manager is forcing us to play it out from the back. Bro, why didn't you just get a manager that's comfortable on the ball? Get a goalkeeper that's comfortable on the ball, bro. Because clearly he's not comfortable on the ball. So misprofiling the player. He's not comfortable, bro. I've seen enough games. He's not comfortable. And he makes the wrong decision.
Some Arsenal fans say it's because there's not enough focal points for him to play long to, which is also part of the reason why Havertz looked a little bit better when he came off the bench. But that shouldn't be the case. Like, you should be able to play short passes. You should be able to play long passes as well. It's not just, I need somebody to hoof it to. You should be able to find the players in space or find areas in space that you can put the ball to and a player can attack it. He ain't doing it. He just looks shaky. He looks uncomfortable. Like you don't want to be there. And you can't have that from your goalkeeper. Otherwise, the back line is going to become even more worried and a little bit more stressed as a result of it. It was the same thing with us in 2020 with Kepa. Like, you could see how scared the defense used to look, because if they conceded any shots on target, it was likely to be a goal.
I saw someone in the chat saying, oh, all you do is complain. I haven't seen my club win the league since I was 12. I'm 31 now. What is there for me to celebrate? If I came on here and I'm celebrating this draw, oh, you're delusional. I don't know what people want, bro. I'm realistic. I've had nothing to celebrate for 20 years. What do you want me to do?
But this
what is it
the
that
thing,
you actually
bro.
want me to do?
So the number one thing I've learned from talking about football on this, you just ain't going to please everybody. So it's like, if I ain't going to please everybody, why please anybody? I'm just going to say my mind, innit? If you don't agree with what I say, cool, we'll debate it. But if my mind ain't changed by then, my mind ain't changed. If you don't agree, cool. You can either be bitter about it or you can agree to disagree. That's it. Well, you'll still have your opinion. I'll still have mine on this. Like, yeah, like people are always going to, well, no one's ever really going to agree. There's always going to be this toxic positivity narrative. I did see a little bit of it on AFTV as well. And I ended up watching a bit more of that Julian interview. Fucking hell, bro. But I don't know if that guy's trolling or not. Bro said that felt like a win to him coming out of the game. In fact, I probably still have it on here. Where is it? I won't play too long of it because I probably will get copyrighted. But bro, listen to this.
Just 30 seconds and you're right.
Now, Lee's just told me, which you had off camera, you had notes prepared if we won and notes prepared if we've lost, but no notes prepared if we draw. So where do we go from here? A 2-2 draw. What's your thoughts on the game, Julian?
Well, I'm going to have to think about it as a win.
That's what you prepared for?
Well, no, I prepared for a win, and then I was preparing for a loss after the first half. I didn't really see a draw. It kind of reminded me of the game some years ago when Arsenal were 2-0 down, and then Kanu came on to score 3 because it was raining. We went 2-0 down. I saw similarities, but then it kind of messed up my interview a little bit because we didn't get that winner. But in my
So wait, first off, man's got notes already prepared in case for a win. Second off, it feels like a win. Third off, you're comparing it to a game that you actually won 3-2. And I think you guys won the league that season as well when Kanu got that hat-trick. Correct me if I'm wrong. Brother, I don't get it with your fan base, man. That's why I get your mindset on it. I wouldn't fuck with most of them either.
Can't be bothered, bro. I can't be bothered. They're losers. And the funny thing is, you see this loser mentality. It feels Tottenham. Tottenham don't win anything. But they got the same mindset. The majority of them have the same mindset, bro. The exact same mindset. Yeah? It's not about winning anything. Apparently at Arsenal, you can rewrite the rules of football, bro. You know what I'm saying? Remember free hit? Do you remember when Arsenal fans said free hit? Oh, free hit. Oh, yeah, we can have free hits. It's not about accumulating the points and the team with the most points after 38 games win the league. No. Just throw those points. We don't need it. We ain't won the league for 20 years. Free hit. It's a free hit. You know what I mean?
And this is the craziest thing that I've noticed with you guys. I've seen you lot go from 2020 when you guys drew 2-2 at the bridge. Your fan base celebrated that like crazy. And you guys went from like, I think 10th to 10th or 8th to 8th or something like that. It didn't mean nothing in terms of the league table at that time. But you guys celebrated like crazy. Now we move 3 years past that. Now we're in that Arsenal position, but we still played better. You guys have come out with the draw, but you guys are the more dominant team. You guys are the ones going for the league title. We're the ones in mid-table. And it's still you guys celebrating the draw. The mentality at Arsenal in 3 years with the improvement of the squad has not improved at all. There's still copium all over the place. And this is why I understand you being in the position where you are with your fan base, because they'll accept whatever's handed to them. They win a league title, they'll take it. But if they get 4th place, they'll take it. If they get 8th, they'll find a way to spin it. Loki, I'm just worried about our fan base being like that. That's why I've been so stuck on the mindset that I am not accepting this result. Because we fucked it in 90. Football is a 90-minute game. For how brilliant we were in 75 minutes, we fucked it in the last 15. So as much as I want to talk about the individual performances, how much we dominated, how much we balled out, as much as I want to be on smoke, we can't be. Holding Arsenal to a draw don't mean shit. We've dropped enough points this season. We had 5 points in our first 5 games. We went 3 games without scoring. Now we've dropped more points. I said it on my fan cam. If we accept a draw against Arsenal, we'd accept a draw against Tottenham, we'd accept a draw against Newcastle, we'd accept a draw against City, then suddenly it's 4 points in 4 games. And you've dropped 8. And now we've dropped further down the table as a result. Because all those games are coming up. That's 3 of our next 4. That's what I'm low-key worried about our fan base becoming. But the only thing that's given me a little bit of relief is that it's not been as many Chelsea fans. The majority of them are still very annoyed with the way this game has ended out, which does give me a little bit of relief. There is still some standards in the club, but there's been a couple trying to paint this out as a good result. And boy, I'm not with you. I am not with you.
Do you know what? It's crazy because this is what I told my cousin. My family is very much divided, Arsenal, Man United. So Arsenal's demise came a lot faster. They haven't won the league for 11 years. We haven't won it for 20 years. And I told my cousin this at the time. He kept winning. Everything was winning. The standard of Man United was not to talk about the past. It's the present. We're winning now. I remember all of that. And I told my cousin, I said, when Fergie leaves, it is pivotal that everyone that has a say, every fan holds on to the standards of the club. And he laughed at me. Oh, you think this is Arsenal? Nah, you lot are some jokers. How the mighty have fallen. How the mighty have fallen. You know, you see Man United fans now, top 4. As long as we get top 4, oh, give it another chance. Oh, it's a process. Oh, Rashford, we can't, Rashford is the golden boy. You know what I mean? And this is the problem with Chelsea, yeah? You're in a very pivotal moment right now. Yes, you're buying young players and everything, but the standards have to be here. Because I'm telling you, when the standards drop like Arsenal, it is hell trying to bring those standards back up, bro. I'm telling you. Yeah? The longer you allow Jackson, bro, Jackson will become your next Sonogo. At the end of the day, whether you believe in the kid or not, you have to go out there and get a striker that can bang you 20 to 30 goals. Let him learn under a proper striker. If you don't have the wingers that you want, that you think are good enough, go out there and buy that. When you start with this project, you become what I've had to put up with. 20 years, 3 youth projects, a bunch of FA Cups, not winning nothing in Europe, and not dominating anything in England. That's what you become, bro.
Well, I'ma just bring this Mourinho quote up from back in the day. When you start accepting defeats just because your team played well and just because your players gave their best, a performance for people to be proud of, I think when you get used to it, that's when the big clubs stop being big clubs. And he was talking about Chelsea when he referenced that a couple years ago. This is why I'm living by that. Like, I'm not accepting it. We can talk about the fact that we played well. Results. Get results on the table. Because I have seen it enough times this season where we don't play consistently for a full 90. Can't accept it now. We need to keep the standards high. That's what I'm trying to do. I feel like there are more Chelsea fans trying to do it as well, but we can't fall into the trap. It's a very easy trap to do it. I know there's some people that have been saying you would have taken a draw going into the team. Find the stream. Go on to A-listers from last week with Hussam when he tried to offer me that. I told him, no, I don't want no draw. I want to win. Arsenal is where we want to be. If anything, we want to exceed that because we want to actually have trophies on top too. I'm not accepting no draw. And especially at 2-0 up with 15 minutes left, that's just even more pathetic. If I'd come out of the game, we were the second best team for majority. We were 1-0 or 2-0 down and we pull it back. Cool. We showed resiliency. There's some positives to take in the way that we ended the game against a team that is better than us on paper. The way the game planned out, the context is completely different. Completely different. That's why we came out of the Liverpool game and we were a bit optimistic. But we come out of the Arsenal game and we're fuming. We drew both.
Bro, at the end of the day, you know when I find it funny when football fans said that football's changed. The philosophy at Real Madrid has never changed. Win now. And they're the most successful team in the world. Win now. That philosophy has never changed. And do they not still win Champions Leagues? Do they not win their league? Do they not win everything in world football? Their philosophy never changed. That is a football club that the philosophy has never changed. Not with its own footballs. Football ain't changed. Football's about winning. Goals win you games. Managers ultimately, if not good enough, you have to drop them, get a new one. Chelsea, your most successful period has been with that mentality. It's led you to win 4 cups in Europe. Win how many Premier Leagues? Football's not changed that much. What's changed is the new age fans that don't know. Some of them have not seen the glory, and they come into a team where it's always top 4 and they don't know anything better. Yeah, they don't know anything better, so they don't have the past that we have to remember the good times. Remember the times where our teams were elite or big clubs or challenging for major honors. At the end of the day, bro, I'm not hearing none of it. Do you know what I said? I said this last season. Barcelona were £1 billion in debt. Now, Arsenal fans always love to cry, bitch, and moan about money. Yeah, they won the league. Their fans didn't say that. Say, oh well, you know, it's going to take 2-3 years. Yeah, it's a project, it's a phase. Their phase was win now. They won. They won £1 billion in debt. So if they can win £1 billion in debt and there's no excuses, they make it work, sell certain rights, sell certain players, still go out and buy top players in world football. Why am I going to create excuses for this manager that's had 4 years, almost £1 billion? Why am I going to create excuses, bro? Barcelona don't have to wait 20 years.
You're part correct. Because it's definitely the fans. The fans are a big factor because fan bases will pour into any PR that the club gives them, or at least there's enough of a section that is actually a very vocal factor of it. Also, I've made the comparison on the Back Again pod where I compare English fans to fans outside, and they don't accept failure. You've got AC Milan fans who literally have the whole squad standing outside like kids being told off. Lyon fans ripping into their team. Sporting Lisbon fans breaking into the training ground. PSG fans broke into Neymar's house. Neymar. These men ripped into Lionel Messi because they didn't get Champions League football. They got knocked out against Madrid and were booing Messi and Neymar's every touch in the next PSG home game. Here, no. They won us the Champions League. No. They're young. They're Cobham, born and bred. Give them time. Give them patience. That's a big factor. A second fact, Ajax fans as well smashed up the stadium. They've been beefing their club for weeks now, and they've just got their manager sacked too in the last hour.
Well done.
Other factor is money. There's more money in football, which means the targets kind of change, where it's like you can get into the top 4 and the club is a bit more sustainable as a result of that because the amount of money that they're going to pull in from the Premier League, from being in the Champions League and the TV money that comes from that, from progressing in the Champions League. And then that becomes a bigger target than getting trophies because it becomes all financial. It becomes about getting profit. So that becomes an even bigger factor to it as well. And I've seen that happen with a lot of teams. I've seen that happen with you guys back in the day with Arsene Wenger when top 4 was a trophy. Started to see that happen with Manchester United. Tottenham, their target for years has always been get into the Champions League and nothing else because that helps them financially. Football has slowly started to become more financially important than what's actually happening on the pitch. And I think that's what started to infect the sport too.
Do you know? Yeah, go on.
Arsenal set to receive another apology after they failed to be awarded a penalty following an incident between Sanchez. What? When did you guys have a penalty call?
I haven't heard anyone say anything about a penalty.
It's also believed VAR got too involved in a penalty decision as on-field officials deemed Saliba to be too close to Mudryk even during replays. Too close to be a penalty. Is that what they're trying? Because they were fine to show the referee the angles that they wanted to show about Malo Gusto to turn it from a yellow to a red, even though it wasn't a clear and obvious error. So why are they now saying they think they got... VAR is just a fucking waffle sesh at this point. And it's a shame because it's good technology. But these referees are fucking shite. Let me find this Jesus incident. Jesus Sanchez, what the fuck? I'll play. I don't even care if we get demonetized. It's not deep. But where is this penalty call? Sanchez clears out Jesus. Nowhere near... whatever, man. Let me see. Nothing on Sky Sports. Now, I have seen Arsenal fans talk about it a little bit. So what? He's trying to say that this is a penalty. Does he even get Jesus?
Wait.
No, he's not even going to punch at Jesus. He's gone for the ball, and Jesus is collateral. He doesn't even hit him. He runs into him.
That's not.
That ain't no pen, man. That ain't no pen. He don't even punch him. He don't punch him. He misses the punch and he hits him with his hip.
Yeah, but he has every right to come out and win that ball. So at the end of the day, that's fair play. He's going out to win the ball. He doesn't just knock him out on the way to the ball. He goes for the ball. And Jesus is running towards him. Both players are looking at the ball. Nah, I'm not having that.
Nah.
I'm not having that. Because once we start doing that, then we're saying what goalkeepers can allow crosses into the box and can't command their box. Is that what we're saying?
You just gotta realize football's a contact sport, man, because it's just getting more and more sensitive by the year. Things that would have gone by 5 years ago don't go by now. It's crazy.
I think I'd be harsh. But you know what, Lewis? I look at it like this, yeah. Brighton have got Moneyball, yeah. The owner owns Moneyball. Now, everyone doesn't know the intricacies. I think there's, clauses where people can't speak about how Moneyball works. Why don't Man United, Chelsea, or Arsenal, or Liverpool, or Tottenham go out and buy that system? Because they're getting really good players on a very tight budget. We've got the budget to spend a lot more. Imagine the players that they would like to go and get that don't have the budget to go and get them. Or buy a stake. Because once our owners buy a stake in Moneyball, well, you get an insider. A certain percentage, I'm sure you get an insider of how it works, what happens, X, Y, and Z. Go buy the system. Because unlike Brighton, we don't need to sell these players. We can keep hold of these players. We can keep hold of Caicedo. We can keep hold of these players coming through at Brighton and that are balling. So go buy it. If our clubs are serious, go out and get it done. I don't get it, bro. Because a lot of listen, it's very questionable how many of your signings are going to come good and win you major honors. It's very questionable with the way we're scouting players because the last one, Raya, doesn't even play the style that he needs of a goalkeeper from Arteta. He's not comfortable playing the distribution out from the back, yet he bought him to be his number one now. So clearly our scouting ain't working to what the managers want. So go and get the money ball. It's very simple. Go buy a stake.
Just spend and get experience then.
Whatever you pay for it, you're going to save with the gems that you're going to get. So it doesn't matter. It equals itself out. Or buy a stake. But these clubs don't want to.
Oh, no, we've been doing that. We got Strasbourg. I think we're interested in Sporting Lisbon, or we're trying to get a Portuguese club as well. And to be fair, I rate that because players coming from France and coming from Portugal usually do the best in the Premier League. So it's a smart move on that one. Maybe something you guys need to do, because I know City are doing it. We're trying to build ours now. We've only got Strasbourg, unless someone in the comments let me know. But we're already in the process of doing that.
Yeah, exactly. Someone said, what is Moneyball? No one knows exactly how it works and how they do it, but they basically have a data analysis team that have all this data on all these players, and they identify players that they think are undervalued and are maybe underperforming and going under the radar, and they bring them to light. And it's been working.
Oh, yeah, we're doing that. We've already been doing that.
No, my club ain't. We identified flipping Kai Havertz for 65 million. Well done, Arteta. Well done. Well done. Well done. Signing of the century.
Yeah, you guys, you need that because that's insane. Although, tell a lie, I still thought your window in terms of incomings wasn't bad other than Havertz. Havertz was just very confusing. Although even, tell a lie, the dickhead came on and he did well. He did well. At the very least, gave you a bit of a focal point. Couple of good passes, didn't lose the ball or nothing. Maybe him off the bench the way forward. Maybe off the bench the way forward. What?
So he is our third highest signing, and the best we can say is, well, we didn't lose the ball.
He's tall. That's it. Man's a focal point. You can bring the ball down. Just don't let him shoot. Well, I feel like the bar's only got that low because of how bad you guys started out the game. Because Odegaard should have given you way more. Way more. Although he's had that thing about him in big games for a while now.
This guy is the easiest guy to nullify, bro. He doesn't work well in tight spaces, Odegaard. And he doesn't look to go forward. I've never seen a number 10 that plays so safe. He plays more like an 8 or a 6. He just plays it safe. He doesn't try and open up defenses, bro. And the way you lot, one thing you lot did so well, every time we touched the ball, there was 3-4 man closing us down, closing down the passing lanes, making us make quick decisions, and we didn't like it. And I've been saying this, but Odegaard, the captain's armband protects him, bro. When do you ever see any Arsenal fan call out Odegaard? He went missing with 10 games to go to win the league last season. He went missing against Man City. He went missing against Fulham. He went missing the 2 seasons ago. We were supposed to get top 4 over Tottenham and we bottled it. This guy goes missing, bro. This guy is not a leader. He's not a captain, bro. Do you know why he's a captain? Because clearly he's the biggest yes man in that dressing room. And that is why
I was going to say, like, when you deep it, looking at the players at Arsenal's squad, why is Odegaard the captain? You give it to a Saliba. You give it to Rice, who has been a captain. Saka. Could give it to a string of players. Why is it Odegaard? He don't really strike me as the vocal sort of player.
I don't know, man. He looks great for Project Youth. You know what I mean? He looks like he could be in a boy band. Do you know what I'm saying? He looks like the Norwegian flipping Justin Bieber. So it's great, isn't it? When we need new merch to be sold, just put him and Saka with a puppy, and it's great, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing at Arsenal. The Armory, bro, they'll be selling out like it's Black Friday. You know what I'm saying?
That's
so
a captain model legend, raw.
That's it, bro. We got the Norwegian Justin Bieber in the midfield. Don't worry, it's not about football, bro. It's about youth projects and selling third kits. You know what I'm saying? And our third kit look like a high-vis. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I'm done with this club, bro. I'm done, man. Everything is about money making. My club ain't about winning. I'm done with this club, man. This
was it captain last season? So why was he made captain last season then?
You tell me.
Before that, Xhaka, that was it.
At least he had a bit of personality.
Yeah, that makes sense. He
wasn't world class, but he had a bit of personality, Xhaka. You know what I mean? He had a bit of personality.
Yeah, no, Xhaka's a captain. Xhaka's a captain. You could question like his ability at periods in his Arsenal career, but like, nah, he had the captain thing about him. He is vocal. First one in to speak to a referee, backing his players all the time. I see that. Oh, Oba. So was it Oba and then Xhaka, or was it Xhaka and then Oba?
Something like, I can't even remember. I do remember when Oba.
Oba ain't a great captain either, to be honest. But at least he'd lead in terms of scoring. At the very least, if your captain can lead with performances, you can take that. Your captain can't be one of the worst players on the pitch. That's what I was on to Gallagher initially, but like now Gallagher's balling out in a midfield with 3 £100 million players. The free Cobham graduate was better than everybody. That was a captain's performance. If Gallagher plays like that every week, I ain't got no bad words to say about him. That's what I want. That's where the standard is. Oh, Lacazette. Yeah, I ain't going to remember that. Like, the last 2 minutes has just shown I don't know.
No, do you know what we had? I just remembered. Lewis, you know what we had? We had the leadership group.
What the fuck is a leadership group? What the fuck is that, bro?
I don't know. It led us to win nothing. I don't know.
I know of captains and vice captains. Would you have just a group of captains?
Yeah, basically a group of leaders. But all of these bums ain't won nothing and never done nothing. But it's the leadership group, bro. I don't know what's a phase. What's a project? I don't know about this, bro. You know what I mean? Like. It's all nonsense, bro. It's all nonsense.
They're all just buzzwords to make it sound better. Realistically, it's just a project. It's either working or it's not working.
As if every other club don't have a project. Like, do they come out and name their project? Do you know what I'm saying?
That's it. Everyone has a project, but then it gets fucking. It's the buzzwords, in it. They'll make it out to sound a lot better than what it is, especially when you're in a bad period. That's why I always say: trust progress, not process.
It is what
process
it is.
Is fine when you're progressing, because then you can see what's happening. If you're going sideways or you're going backwards, then no, what is this? You're just chatting shit. You gotta be real about it. Processes do happen though. Like I understand that, but they have to progress. You can't be making sideways steps all the time and act like you're doing anything. I said, is Gallagher a good captain though? He's growing into the role. I can't criticize a guy who's balling out and doing everything that I'm asking of him. Like you could question whether there's more experienced players in the team. Go for it, but if you're playing well and the manager wants to give you the armband, I got no complaints. No complaints. And yeah, he's not even our captain. Like James captain, Chilwell vice. Big up Daniel. Completely forgot about that.
Why not make Thiago your captain? He's the most experienced, probably got the most trophies.
I feel like because
Sterling.
Thiago Silva's a sort of guy, you don't need the armbands. He's Thiago Silva in it. I think we're trying to give a lot of younger players the armband just to give them experience and to give them that sort of leadership and to hope they grow into it a little bit, which I understand. Chilwell as vice captain, because I don't really rate him personally, but James is Reece James. Gallagher, you're balling out. Got no words to say about it. Just, I don't even care about Chilwell. He ain't getting into the lineup anyway now. Cucurella's been our best left back. Fucking Colwell's better in that position, and we shouldn't even be debating him playing at left wing in general.
Yeah, that puts that to bed, to be honest.
Yeah, Chilwell gotta go. He gotta go. Or come back and prove everybody wrong. Because you've been shit for like 18 months. So come back and play differently and be consistent. Otherwise, get rid. I'm sure someone will take him. English, homegrown. We'll get a decent amount for him. Might get our money back, in all honesty.
Yeah, my club will probably offer you 70 mil for him. You know what I mean? Don't worry. Whenever you lot need a sale, we'll come through.
Imagine you mind having a left side of Zinchenko or Chilwell. Like, pick a struggle, bruv. Fucking hell. Who's worse at defending out of the pair of them? At least Zinchenko might be a bit better against the press.
Zinchenko.
Nah, Chilwell. You don't deep how shit Chilwell is defensively, man. Man is a left back who can't defend. His best attributes are work rate and just the odd cross every now and then. Yeah, you see, there's not even any Chilwell PR in the chat anymore. Imagine my shock. 2 months ago, I'd be getting ripped in the comment section for daring to go against the best left back in the Premier League. Look how quickly things change. Another thing, one thing I wanted to ask, why didn't Partey start that game?
I don't know.
That made no sense. Was he injured or something?
No, he was on the bench. Apparently, he had no injury out playing for Ghana in their friendly against Mexico. They just took him off at halftime for a precaution. That's what was reported, unless they're lying. So he was okay. He was available. Every Arsenal fan went into this game saying our best midfield, even to the City game, our best midfield is Partey, Rice, and Odegaard. But the only one that can't see that is this manager. It's crazy. The only time Partey plays in this team is when he plays right back. It just doesn't make any sense, Lewis, man. It doesn't make any sense to me. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, Jorginho hasn't done anything for my club, even this season, to warrant him starting the game against you guys. Even Fabi Vieira, a player that I don't rate, has done more, has come off the bench, actually affected games, scored, assisted, and been more impactful than Jorginho. Even ESR's come off the bench and look way more lively and way more like he's trying to do something than somebody as static as Jorginho. And what makes me laugh is people say, oh, Jorginho controls the game. How many times did he have the ball? What
He didn't control shit on Saturday. I can't lie, bro. That man struggled. I know, I've tried to say that with you, man, as well. Nah. Jorginho 2023, it's done out. Remember the good times, but bro, nah.
I've been saying it. Like, I'm sorry. Nowadays, yeah, with this fan base, they just rate the bare minimum. Oh, holding on to the ball is controlling the game. No, it's holding on to the ball and passing it sideways. You know what I'm saying? Oh, looking around the pitch is scan rate. Can we have some scan rate? What are you talking about?
No
this
way,
is basic stuff.
You being serious? A man of flexing scan rates.
Bro. Why do you think I'm always
No, that's, you know what that is? That's just people who don't play football. Straight up. Because when you're playing in the middle of the park, that's not even the bare minimum of what you need as a midfielder. That's just how you play. You need to be aware of everything around you. Scan rate is... Yeesh.
Jay Collins, you haven't. Listen, I got a channel full of videos. Yeah? And I got all the receipts there. So if you haven't, don't worry. I'll bring them up. On my next live, I'll bring them up. This is the crap that they talk about. XG. We're not talking about Kai Havertz. Oh, but it's defensive XG. Sorry. Does he play the same position as Declan Rice? Is he a CDM? Is he Partey?
Chloe, you know I got time for you, but I've given everyone the warning. Havertz prop is a timeout. So sorry. Sorry, my friend. But we'll see you back in a couple minutes. We'll see you back in a few minutes. Oh, yeah, I forgot about the field tilt. Did you see this, by the way? Big up to Babs, but boy, did you see the field tilt? Okay, one second. I got a little something for you. Oh boy. Big up to Babs, but I ain't seen her cooking like this in a while. And to be honest, like, so where is it? Chelsea dominated. No, we were poor. They were average. Luck evened out. And whatever the fuck this is. A field tilt. A field tilt is the share of touches in the final third. 10-minute moving average. I still don't know what the point of it is, but boy, just.
So basically, it's basically moving the accountability for us having meaningless possession, not being at the races, even though everyone predicted us this season to win a major honor, and to blitz you 3-0, and to say, oh, the reason they were so good is because we're so bad. Well, the question is, how come we're so bad after 4 years? Trust the process. We're going on. We bridged the gap against Man City after winning the Community Shield. That means nothing. That's the question that they want to avoid. How come we're so bad? If Chelsea are so bad, why are we so bad? Because I can understand why Chelsea are so bad. What about us? This is what I'm saying, Lewis. Yeah, they always want to take away accountability at Arsenal. Oh, we were bad. That's why they were good. Why were we bad? Why are we this bad 4 years into a process, into a project that we no longer even complain about the owners because the owners give the money? Why are we this bad, bro?
Especially against a mid-table team. Because that's what we were going into the game. It was Arsenal contending for the league title versus mid-table strugglers Chelsea. And then by half-time, Arsenal looked like the mid-table team. I get stats. Like, stats need to be in football, but sometimes I fucking despise them because they can just be used to formulate any bullshit narrative that you want to try and run, and it's so annoying. Because I'll say, like, this guy had a bad game, and then I'll hear, no, he had 5,000 this stat, or his XTA or something was this, or he had 5,000 crosses or something. I do not care about the stats. I watch football with my eyes, and I know how I saw a guy's play. I know whether he played well. I know whether he played poorly. I know what I saw in the game. I do not need to hear stats. Stats was used to pretend like Havertz was our best attacker last season. I do not need stats. Stats were made to pretend like Mount was very underrated for us. They're like, Mason Mount is underrated because of his underlying stats at Chelsea, his successful presses between the midfield and the attack. Why the fuck do I care about my Cam's successful presses when they overhit and underhit everything they touch? You are meant to be the outlet between the midfield and the attack. Sort that out first. And then talk to me about successful presses and distance covered and all of that. Do you see how much I praise Gallagher's off-the-ball work rate now that he's patterning up on the ball? Because now it's all coming together. Now you've got all the dog work you got, but when you get the ball, you're doing something with it. You're helping us. You're contributing. That is the fucking difference. Like, stats, like, you can make anybody look good or bad with stats. That's why I'll listen to it to a point. But if I say someone's bad and I hear stats in the comment section, I ain't listening to it.
I get it. No, I get it. We've got here in the chat, Jay Collins saying, because City are a colossus north side, no team can compete with City just as long as Pep is in the league. What a load of rubbish. All due respect, what a load of rubbish. Load of rubbish. We've seen that Pep isn't invincible, bro. You know what I'm saying? Conte came to the league, changed up his formation after losing to Arsenal and won the league while Pep was in this league. We've seen Klopp that is basically at a club that's run identical to my team, which is don't have an oil-rich owner, yeah? And we have to abide by FFP, and they still won the league. So do not tell me this guy is unstoppable. I'm not saying that we will dominate, but do not tell me that we can't win a Premier League. I'm not hearing it, bro. Yeah, I never saw Fergie say, oh, once Chelsea got into all that money, oh, we can't compete against Chelsea. Chelsea are coming out here buying strikers for £50 million and doing this and doing that. Fergie never sat there and said, oh, we can't compete. Arsene Wenger, they didn't spend as much money as Man United. He never said, oh, well, Fergie's won 13 Premier Leagues. I've only won 3. He's spending all this money getting all these players. I can't compete against Fergie. So I'm not hearing it. Simeone doesn't sit there and say, oh, Barcelona and Real Madrid have more money than me. I can't compete with Barcelona and Real Madrid.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he may not dominate, but he still wins major honours. Yeah, Porto, the year that Mourinho won with Porto were not looked at as a team that could win the Champions League. Mourinho got it over the line. Were they spending like teams that win the Champions League? So do not tell me it can't be done. Do not tell me it cannot be done. Yeah, but this club is never in a position to take advantage of other teams falling off. I.e., when Leicester won the league, Arsene Wenger comes out, oh, we can only get Peter Cech. There's no quality in the market. Really? How did Leicester find Mahrez? How did they find Kante? How did they find Jamie Vardy? All this nonsense, there's no quality in the market. I'm not hearing no bucaria, bro.
Oh, I lie. That team was good enough to win the league in general. You guys just fucked up in individual games. Like that was our worst season in years. We beat you home and away. There was the Man United match where you lost to like a bunch of 16-year-olds. Then I think you lost to Swansea the week after that. They used to have a very good record at your ground. Like, just you fucked it in individual games. But with Jay Collins, you can dead this in one sentence. Liverpool. They've taken them to the last day twice. So you can catch up to them. You can. It's that you are capable of doing it just if your team's good enough and you have the right mentality. Liverpool, like, they have fallen off at the final hurdle twice, but they pushed them to the final day. I think, like, if you guys pushed City to the final day and you lost it on goal difference or something, I don't know if you'd be that annoyed about it because you've genuinely done nearly everything you could do. You've pushed each other to the top and it's come down to millimeters.
For me, bro, I'm just not hearing it, bro. I see my Portuguese club, Benfica. I think they make the most money out of player sales than any other club in
they
world
did in
football.
2020, brother.
Exactly. I think in the last 15 years, they've made over £1 billion on player sales. How do they always find these quality players? How do Dortmund? How do RB Leipzig? How did Southampton? Remember when Liverpool was taking all Southampton players? How were they finding all these gems? Do you know what I'm saying? Don't tell me that you can't compete. You can't find players. That it's about money, bro. Now we've got Brighton. We've got Brentford. There's a lot of these teams. They don't have the budget of a Chelsea or an Arsenal or Man United. I'm not excusing the bad running of my football club. We can win. We don't need oil-rich owners to win major honors. I'm not hearing that. I am not hearing that. Dortmund don't have it. Atleti don't have it. Porto didn't have it when they won the Champions League. What are we talking about? How many different teams win Ligue 1 in France? None of them have not even a quarter of the money that PSG have. How are they able to compete?
PSG lost
it's not
twice in the
PSG
last
winning
7 years. So it's possible. It's completely possible. Like
Nonsense.
you restrict yourselves when you say you can't do it. Like, I think for this season, Arsenal don't have enough to beat City. But if they made the right moves in the transfer window, there's no reason to say they couldn't. No reason at all. You can get close enough to Manchester City. They are in an unbeatable position because nobody else is in a position to get closer to them right now. That doesn't mean it's not impossible to do so. You just need to be smart. You need to make the right moves. You need to have a squad, not just an 11, a squad that is able to compete and the right mentality from the manager. That's it. But there is no reason why you can't build the team to be able to compete with Man City. That's why I'm trying to keep the mentality high now because we want to be back up there. I want to be back there competing and eventually exceeding Manchester City. If I don't believe that, why am I backing Todd Bowley? Why am I backing this whole project in this process when we're not going to finish above Man City in the first place? What's the point? Why are we even talking about it? Let's just fuck it off and focus on the domestics as long as we don't buck City then. If they're this big power. No, they're a big power because really and truly, everybody else fell off and nobody caught up. When City dominated and they went Centurions, we had our worst window in years and we finished 5th. Arsenal, you guys were already in your little decline under Arsene Wenger. Spurs have never been serious. Liverpool, they were on their way up. So City were already in a brilliant position. Then Liverpool never capitalised on their position. Man United kept stagnating. Arsenal slowly crept up and never really challenged. We've been there or thereabouts for the last 2 years. City are there because nobody else is serious. That's it. So let's not act like we can't get over them, because we can. Just no one's serious enough yet.
Because fans are more, they care more about the excuses. They give more power to excuses than solutions. Whenever you give a solution to change things, oh no, but we're not Real Madrid. Oh no, but they're a powerhouse. Oh, people, I'm telling you, the fans, these, especially my fans, they're more comfortable with the excuses than the solutions, bro. They find it easier. It's easier. They don't get more backlash. If you say trust the process and Man City, all the charges and this and that, it's a safety blanket. And then they get all the other fans around them. Oh, yeah, that's right. You can't compete with City. They say that we can't compete with the oil-rich Man City, yet at the start of the season, all of them on AFTV predicted us to win the league this season. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. I thought we can't compete. But now, do you know what they changed? Bro, it's not even a quarter of the way, and these filhos da puta are already showing their true colours, bro. Do you know what they said? At the start of the season, we have to win. This manager has to win a major honour. Do you know what they say now? Oh, no. As long as he wins something, what? So that means as long as he wins Carabao or FA Cup and he pushes, just keep him in the job. No, it's time to deliver now. I'm sick and tired of Spucaria. It's time to deliver.
Change the standards with the wind, bro. That's crazy.
That's Arsenal, bro. When do we not?
That's why I said my target at the start of the season, I moved. I want top 4, top 5, and the domestics. As long as we don't face City. I could accept maybe losing to Man City based on the way the game goes. It is Man City. But you should be making the finals, at the very least. Or you should be going for one of them. City are out of the cup. Tottenham are out of the cup. One of United or Newcastle is going out of the cup. I want that trophy. No ifs, no buts, no maybes. I want that trophy. And Max, I see you saying they just won a treble. When's the last? Why did they win a treble? Nobody got near them except Liverpool. And Liverpool is a case of millimeters. They won on goal difference. Goal difference. Couldn't have been any tighter than that. Pause. Big up to Daniel saying Havertz had a good game. My arse. He's so shite. Worst signing both Chelsea and Arsenal have ever made. The guy is more of a model than a footballer. I will say that Arsenal game had a very, very low bar for performances, which I don't think I acknowledge on that one. But he did come on and he didn't do anything wrong. As much as I hate to say, he didn't do nothing wrong. Just thank God he didn't score. Thank God he didn't score, because I don't know if I would have come back on it. No. Predicted, because I wanted to be positive. By about 3 games, I was like, yeah, you know what? Third is a bit too high. Let me lower that. We aren't near third place. Sorry. Next season, to be honest, if we get back into Europe, I want to look higher than that. Chloe, thank you for the donation, but I refuse to read the super chat. But thank you for the donation. It is greatly appreciated. Much appreciated for that. Feels like a silly question, but how are you feeling for the Sevilla game, brother? Because that's going to be must win for you. And if you don't win it, suddenly there's even more pressure going into the next 3 games of competition for you, because you guys might, I won't say might not make it out the group, but you might finish second. And if you finish second, you're facing tougher opposition, which only makes the whole competition even harder for you.
Bro, I can't lie to you, bro. I don't see us winning. And to be honest, I feel like changing sport. I feel like I want to get into like ice hockey or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, bro. Like, maybe ping pong Olympic champions or something. I'm kind of sick and tired of football, bro. Like, when you've seen your club in the doldrums for 20 years, I don't see us beating Sevilla, bro. We don't do well against teams that will sit back and hit us on the break. We don't do well. We don't do well now against teams that press us, and we don't do well against teams like this, bro. I don't see it. I don't see it, Lewis. I do not see it, bro. You know, the substitutions at times are questionable. Certain players play no matter what. You know, it's inconsistent why certain players get selected. Saka's on booty shots to his ankle. You know what I'm saying? Just shots all around Arsenal. Like it's like the Emirates are fine. Maybe the Emirates are sponsored by Turkey as well.
They'll target him too, you know.
Huh?
They'll target him too as well in Seville. So they'll kick the shit out of him.
Bro, man saying, come on, Northside, been way too negative, bro. Talk to your club. Don't talk to me, innit? Talk to your club, innit? Talk to Stan Kroenke. I say be excited. Since he told me to be excited, I've not seen a major honour. Since this youth project has started, I've not seen a major honour. Since 04, I've not celebrated winning a league. What are we talking about? Why should I be confident? I predicted for us to win in the North London derby. We couldn't hold on to the lead for more than a minute. We conceded 2-2, North London derby. You know what I'm saying? I predicted for us to beat Lens. We lost 2-1. We lost 2-1 against a French team that were at 15th at the time, that none of us respect. I'm seeing Newcastle demolish, absolutely finish them, finish that book that at PSG, yet my team can't beat Lens. And you're telling me to back what? The bench, for a second season in a row, we're going into January, we need crucial signings. I thought the bench was fixed.
Yeah, striker ASAP. Yeah.
But they told me the bench was fixed, Lewis.
Bro, I was 4 the last time they won the league. I'm 25. And Jay Collins, you know who else is a very good side? Poch's Spurs. What did they win? This is the thing, like, I understand the pessimistic side because really and truly, if you guys win trophies, no one's going to complain. You guys would have got to your targets. Then you believe. 19 years without a league title. I completely understand it. Completely get it. But Northside, I know you do have to head off. There is a Northside is going live in 10 minutes on his channel. It's going to be another Arsenal fan cooking session. So I know enough of you, man, in the comment section are going to be interested in that. So don't go anywhere. Head over to Northside's channel. We're going to be there immediately. We'll be live at around 7:45 for the Tottenham Fulham watch along. So take a look out for that. But for now, head over to Northside's channel. And like I keep saying, get this guy to 5K subs ASAP. Most underrated Arsenal YouTuber out here. Be the first. So you're there before he went viral and all of that. You could say you were there before all of that shit. So yeah, check him out. Like, subscribe. It's been great to have you back on again. And we will see you guys in about 30 minutes or so. Big up and up the Chelsea. Wait.
Love.
Yeah.
Smash the like button. Smash the like.